guys, hope you're all keeping well. It's just going to be a short video today on a few of my thoughts about chicken picking. Now it's not really going to be a step-by-step guide, as there's hundreds of videos on YouTube already about that. I had a look before I started making this video and thought, no, I'm not going to do in-depth too much, but I'm just going to talk to you about a few things that I think are useful and are good to know. The first thing that I probably learnt when I got into country was the working man rhythm. Now I think it really helped me get my fingers and pick in sync with my left hand. Here it is, nice and slow. So I'm plucking the open A string with my pick, but then I'm plucking the D and G strings with my second and third finger, so I try and keep them quite together when I'm plucking. I don't let them travel away too far, they're kind of working as a unit there. Talking about the left hand, the hammer on is happening with my second finger. So I'm plucking the D and G together, and then I'm hammering on my second finger to the 6th fret. Let's try it a little bit faster. Another thing that I've noticed about my playing is if I'm traveling that way on the guitar, so if I'm climbing in terms of pitch and changing strings, I'll almost always pluck with my middle finger, my second finger now, on my right hand. So if I'm doing the likes of that little lick there, which is 2nd fret on the D, hammering on to 4 with my third finger, then I'm going to change to the 2nd fret on the G, but I'll play that with my middle finger here. And it's not a light pluck either, I'm actually digging in quite a lot, because the whole point of chicken picking, I feel, is to get that kind of sound, that really pluck. So there I'm bouncing between a couple of strings, so. And what's very important about this sound as well are those little kind of muted ghost notes. So pluck with my middle finger, going back to the 4th fret on the D, then kind of flattening out to get 4th fret on the G, and then getting a muted note on the D again, 4th fret, and then 2nd fret on the G. So it's giving us that really kind of chicken picking sound. When you're trying to learn any chicken picking stuff, make sure you look out for those little ghost notes. They mightn't always appear in a tab, so you really have to listen in to hear where they're actually happening. One of my favourite players is Flack, who played with Ricky Skaggs for a while. This lick, it's not really one of his, but I stole it, the idea, the kind of concept, from the Highway 40 Blues solo. It's basically moving down in, I suppose, they're not double stops, but they're like little thirds. Across the D and G string. I suppose it doesn't matter what strings you do them on, it's just this particular example I'm going to use these 2 strings. So all the notes on the D string I am plucking with my pick, but when I do the note in the G string, I'm doing all of those with my middle finger and my right hand. Then we can also do that in reverse. Same thing, except this time I'm starting with my middle finger, and every note in the D string I'm plucking with my pick. So we really get that kind of plucking sound. We can do that kind of idea on the G and B string as well, but this idea I kind of got from Greg Koch, who's one of my other favourite players. So what he does, the first note he plays with his pick, he mutes it, then he plucks the same string again, but frets it this time to get the note. So I'm at the second fret on the second fret on the G and B. So muted G string, fretted G string, and then second fret on the B with my third finger this time. Which is kind of really classic chicken picking sound there. And same what I've done for the Ray Flack lick, I'm just moving down the neck in thirds. So that's a nice one. I move through the chords A, then to D, then to E, then I finish back on A again. Another little bit of advice would be to take any licks you already know and try and chicken pick them, hybrid pick them. So say like a blues lick that you already know, something like maybe so using the kind of same thoughts that I had before, I'm starting with a pick, 7th fret on the G string, and I slid to the 9th fret, and I picked the 8th fret on the B string before, but this time I'm going to pluck that with my middle finger in my right hand. So on the way back down, pick, middle finger, pick, pick, middle finger, middle finger. So there's a little ghost note that I didn't notice as well that I'm throwing in. So when I get to that 7th fret again on the way back down, I'm using my third finger to bar. I'm plucking with my middle finger on the G string, and then I'm picking with my pick on the 7th fret and the D string as well. Hopefully you found a few of those ideas useful. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And leave a comment below as well if you think there's anything I should have touched on, or if you really liked the video, or if you really hated the video as well. Please tell me. Thanks again guys, catch you in the next one.